Well, hello, friends and neighbors. Dr. Ken Berry here, along with my special guest. Even though she's not a guest, she's always special. Neisha Berry.
Good day.
Welcome back to the next edition of Monday Night Live. We're happy to be here, and we hope you're happy to be here as well. How you doing? So you may have noticed our attire this evening.
Yeah, we got, right before we started this live, we got a package from Volunteer
Traditions.
We own a few shirts already, and I guess they saw Ken wearing them. So
and hats and socks.
So they sent us some stuff.
Yep.
Cute.
We
stole
love it.
this.
Yeah.
They didn't send it to me, they sent it to him, but I took this.
Yeah, she got the hat. So, okay, guys, for the next hour, we're going to be hanging out with you. We're going to be talking about all things health and nutrition and lifestyle. We're going to answer some questions from you guys. So make sure and ask good questions. And we're going to answer a few as we go along. We're going to pontificate. We're not going to prevaricate. We're not going to do that. But we are going to give you our opinion on very, very important things with regards to health and nutrition.
Hey, somebody's getting their copy of the brand new edition of Common Sense Labs tomorrow. Is tomorrow the ship day?
Maybe tomorrow's the ship day. I have no idea. Yeah,
He's so good at this.
But Common Sense Labs is available, I know, for pre-order, and maybe tomorrow's ship day. So it may go out in the mail tomorrow. If you don't have your copy, you might want to get one, because I guarantee you there's labs in there your doctor's never heard of, but labs that you definitely need to get ordered. So Common Sense Labs, available at all major bookstores, including Amazon.com. All right, everybody's jumping in here, saying howdy to everybody. Do you have any words of wisdom right off the bat, Neisha, for everybody?
No.
No? Okay. All right.
I know we need to say one more time. If you want to come see Dr. Berry in Dixon, Tennessee in September, tickets stop being on sale Thursday of this week. So if you want them, you better get them.
Yep.
You can do the VIP upgrade and do the PhD coaching experience, where you get to come and sit with the PhD coaches, and we go over things with you and how to set up your path to success. And it is, do you have a website pulled up? You do.
Right.
Look at you. Low-carb-for-better-health.com, LC, the number 4BH.com.
Yeah, there's just a few tickets left, so get them right now before you miss out. As part of Make Tennessee Healthy Again, this is one of the many, many ways we're trying to do that. And so if you want to come to Dixon, Tennessee, which is 45 minutes outside of Nashville, west of Nashville, you can come see us. We can take an Uzi and we can talk about health and nutrition.
Chris Cooking Nashville is going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Watch Out on Keto is going to be there. I don't remember who else is going to be there. Chris Cooking Nashville's in the comments. I know he knows everything. He's really good on the details. Coach Alyssa is going to be there, and she's going to have her little baby. Squishy baby.
She's bringing the baby. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, guys, now's the time. If you have a question for me, type it into the comments, just like you're going to type in a comment. Like, here's an example. Flow State says, thoughts on fermenting dairy for beneficial bacteria such as Lactobacillus reuteri. So I think that fermenting dairy makes it much less inflammatory for the vast majority of people. And whether or not it adds some magically beneficial bacteria, I'm not sold on that one way or the other yet, but definitely Lactobacillus reuteri is not going to hurt you. It may help you. And so, yeah, if you're going to ingest any dairy except for butter, I would highly recommend you ferment it.
Yeah, okay. Robert Sykes is also going to be there. Dr. Avadia. I can't wait to hear Robert tell me all the things I'm doing wrong with my weightlifting.
Yeah, Robert Sykes, that's Keto Savage, and he may or may not take his shirt off. I don't know.
He's great. He's wonderful. If you don't follow him and you want to look fit or feel bad about yourself because he looks so incredibly fit, he's Keto Savage on pretty much everything: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Him and his lovely wife, beautiful Crystal, and their 2 babies. Crystal just had their second son a month ago. They're amazing. Go follow them.
Yep. Bob said, this is Paul Beater. His name's Bob. He's in our private community. He says, get the Proper Human Diet Guidebook. There's a link in the show notes. And Bob is exactly right. Thank you very much, Bob, for pointing that out.
A list in the guidebook as well. I think it's what labs.
Yes. I don't know if there's a list of labs.
Is there? You don't know?
Yeah, GF Jeannie says my book is coming tomorrow. Huzzah. Excellent. So if you want to get the Common Sense Labs book, they're delivering now. Oh.
Carnivore Lifestyle Anthony. Can you make a video on your favorite meats for the carnivore diet, like a tier list? That would be great. That's a great idea. Happy Grace Berry, if you are watching this, write that down.
Girl Free for US said after a 100-hour water fast, my bloating hasn't gone down. You need to go see your doctor. You need to get checked out. If you don't have any bloating relief after 100 hours of a water fast, you need to check up.
Carnivore Jim said Neisha did a great rant on the carnivore kids. Yeah, I posted my rebuttal on my YouTube channel about the carnivore kids Wall Street Journal article, NBC News segment, and the Fox News segment. Honestly, I thought it was fair for media. It could have been way worse.
Oh yeah, I was expecting hit beats.
I was not really that disappointed or upset. It was just it was more funny to me, the questions they asked and the concerns that were raised. I was like, this is hilarious. And
what you guys, Neisha talks about it in her video, but NBC News actually interviewed us for probably an hour and a half total. It was 2 different interviews by telephone. And they called Neisha back to get more information like a week later. And so they really did their due diligence and homework. But then the finished product, although not negative, I didn't think. I think they kind of just put it out there like some people are doing this. You might want to look into it.
I mean, everything has to have a negative spin to it. That's how they get attention. That's just the nature of the beast, unfortunately. But I mean, as things go, besides the meat addiction part, and honestly, I wasn't even mad about that because it was so hilariously wrong.
Yeah, it's very wrong. Yeah. Now here's K3. Would it be safe to jump right to? I'm assuming you meant either carnivore or keto.
Into maybe?
Yeah. So yeah, a proper human diet, which is carnivore, ketovore, keto, even low carb can be a proper human diet, is the best human diet for human beings. So of course it's safe to just jump right in. You're going to basically jump out of eating poisonous, slowly poisonous, inflammatory junk food.
The reason I'm distorted is because this is not turned on.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot the mic. I turned it sideways so we'd see it, and then I forgot.
Okay, can y'all hear me now?
Now, is that better? How's the audio now? Tell us in the comments. Yeah, MC says, is carnivore good for MTHFR? Yes, because many people who have the MTHFR mutation, they cannot use regular B12 supplements. It has to be methylated, and many B12 supplements are not methylated. But the B12 that is in meat comes naturally methylated. You don't have to worry about that. And so if you have the MTHFR mutation and you're currently buying super expensive B12, methylated B12 supplements, just start eating way more red meat. You'll get all the B12 you need that's readily usable. Now, I want everybody in the comments. We got almost 1,800. Tell me where in the world you're watching from. What city, what state, what country? Where are you at right now? You don't have to give us your home address, but we just want to know where you're watching from.
Somebody said it sounded like they were trying to bait you, Neisha. Yeah, they kept asking me questions in different ways. I think they were expecting me to say some off-the-wall stuff, and everything was pretty logical. And the producer on NBC just kept hounding me about the vegetables. And I was like, I mean, they just don't like them, and I'm not going to push them to eat. You know, they have the choice to eat them if they want. We have a garden. We go out to eat. They know what a vegetable is. They just don't like them. And then they were like, well, what if they don't ever want to eat them? And I was like, I mean, I don't know that that's a big deal, but I'm not. And they were like, so are you anti-vegetable? And I was like, no, I mean, I eat tomatoes. I have a garden, and, it's just, so, specific vegetables cause me issues, but my kids were born very healthy and have eaten a very healthy diet. So if they want to eat vegetables, like, they just really wanted me to say vegetables are bad for you.
They were wanting
I would not say that.
Yeah, they were trying hard to get a good inflammatory soundbite, but Neisha did not fall for it.
Yeah, and I think they thought they got that soundbite with my reaction, but I think it was not as good as they thought it was.
Yeah, I think that Granny Berry's watching this one tonight from near. She's on the outskirts of Birmingham, Alabama. She's staying with our family down there. And so say hi to Granny Berry if you haven't already. She loves it when you do that. Yeah, Charles is right. Most kids don't like veggies.
That's what I said.
And so here's the thing. If kids will just immediately eat meat and eggs, they just love them right off the bat. I'm talking about little toddlers, right? And then fruit, just love it, eat it right up. Why, if vegetables are such a gift from God, right? If they are just the most nutrient-dense thing, you would think that children, babies, infants, toddlers would be hardwired to like vegetables. Why is it that we have to make them eat their vegetables? You don't have to make them eat their meat unless you're serving liver. You don't have to make them eat their fruit, but you have to make them eat their vegetables. That's odd, right?
It's not something we're concerned about. That's all I kept saying. It's not something we're concerned about. I feel confident that they will have a good foundation in nutrition. Like all of them, they were really trying to bait me into saying something. You're right. They were doing that.
And I thought it was funny that NBC News had no worries about children that were growing up on Fruit Loops and Cheerios. I've never heard them ask a mother, well, aren't you worried that will stunt their palate and then they won't be able to eat actual real human food later on in life? I've never heard that question asked anywhere. They just have Fruit Loops commercials all the time. So it's kind of odd that they're really worried about that. And then, of course, the Fox News Dr. Siegel was worried
my favorite part.
that children will have to go to rehab if they eat too much meat.
He didn't say rehab.
Well, it's an addiction. You got to go to rehab for addictions, don't you? Hi, Granny Berry from New York State. I love it. Why did that pop up? Okay.
Do you have one over there? Amanda says, do we have a calcium recommended daily allowance, isn't it? When on Carnivore.
Yeah. So the truth of this is you probably need far less calcium when you're eating such a nutrient-dense diet. Also, you can get calcium on a carnivore diet. I've got an eggshell hack on my YouTube channel.
Also, if you eat any of the tiny fish like sardines, anchovies, there's bones in there which
100%.
has calcium.
Yep. Absolutely. You're not going to become calcium deficient on carnivore. Don't worry. Oh, here's Hi Granny Berry from Dayton, Ohio. North Georgia Granny Berry.
Speaking of sardines,
everybody loves you, and so do I.
I'm going to do a video where I try sardines for the first time.
You've never?
No.
Ever?
No.
Grandpa didn't ever make you try sardines?
No. I've done a lot of research, and I found this brand that everybody says if you're going to try them, try that. It's Nuri, N-U-R-I from, I got them off of Amazon, but I guess you can get them other places too. And I've never tried one, and we're going to see how it goes. Do you like sardines? Yes or no? Have you tried that brand, and do you like that?
Yeah, tell us in the comments. Do you love sardines, or do you like them, or do you tolerate them, or are you kind of like grossed out, or do you hate them?
Everybody, I've seen so many people that are like, if you want good skin,
love the
eat
sardines.
And I mean, not that my skin is terrible, but every woman wants better skin.
Yeah, who doesn't? I'll tell you, every woman watching this, the next time you go to the cosmetics counter and you're prepared to spend $80, $100, $200, $250 for something that's miraculous, overnight serum, just eat sardines.
I mean,
100%.
If we all put all that money into sardines.
Amanda's never tried them.
Love sardines, never heard of that brand.
Good, love sardines. Here's Deborah. She likes them right out of the can. I open the can, squirt a bunch of no sugar mustard on them, and eat them up. And I don't love them, but I like them all right with a lot of mustard.
It looks about 50-50. Love them or no thank you. I've heard if I fry them and get them crispy, they're better. I don't know.
Oh, somebody else has never tried them. Jill said, I've never tried them either. I bought some, haven't got my nerve up. Hey, when Neisha posts her video, you can eat your sardines
at the same time
with Neisha on her YouTube channel. Do you know how to find her YouTube channel?
Search for my name, Neisha. Neisha.
Good job. All right, we got some questions here. Let's see. Lillian says, well, wait, where'd you go, Lillian? Totally just took off. There it is. Lillian says, I love how sardines make me feel, but I don't always love the taste, but sometimes it tastes good.
Lillian's a big girl. She knows it's good for her, so she's going to suck it out.
As in a grown woman when you said big girl. Because that could,
yes.
Yeah. That just making sure. Here in the South, we use words funny sometimes.
Just starred comments.
Okay. All right. All right. Here. Oh, thank you very much for that. Not perfect. JLM, my wife and I are Proper Human Diet community members and have been Ketovore for 3 weeks now and seen great results. How do we know if we're in ketosis? Do you advise test strips? No, you're in ketosis for the majority of the day. If you're eating truly Ketovore, you don't have to test. That's the beauty of especially Ketovore and Carnivore. You're going to be in ketosis for the majority of the day.
But if you want to test, there's so many brands of ketone monitors out there, ketone meters. They're probably way less expensive than when we first started. 8 years ago, it was like $100 for the meter and then a bunch for the strips.
Yep.
But you're probably in ketosis, like you said. But for data reasons, you can get the blood test with blood for most accurate readings.
Yes. And if you have a specific medical disorder, like a seizure disorder or some inborn error of metabolism, and you have to be in deep ketosis, then of course you're going to test. But if you're just doing this for fat loss or health improvement, you don't need to do that. Don't waste your money on that. Just use that money for better quality meat.
Chris says he's going to make them taste good.
Ah, nice.
Okay. I'm going to try them.
Okay.
I need you to be in the video with me for
Okay,
moral
I'll do
support.
it. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
I'm so nervous.
And you can try my sardines the way I make them, and then try yours.
No.
Oh no.
I don't want you the way
That would be.
they look even worse the way that you make them.
They're just yellow.
It looks like
Vicky, is prostate cancer real common in 62-year-old men? Is the biopsy safe? If it's cancer, want a needle, spread it. It's a very common belief. Would you do an MRI first? What is the limit on PSA for that age? Terrified for him. Got it, Miss Vicky. Okay, first of all, we'll take them in turn. Prostate cancer is fairly common in 62-year-old men. There are thousands and thousands of 62-year-old men who have prostate cancer and they have no idea because they haven't gotten tested for it yet. There are different kinds of prostate cancer, Miss Vicky. Some are very aggressive. That's rare. The most common kind, probably 80% of prostate cancers, are very slow growing, very benign, meaning that they don't metastasize very readily. They just stay inside the prostate and slowly get bigger. So if you catch it in time, it's almost always curable. But make sure that you read all the information, look at all the options, maybe get a second opinion. Is biopsy safe? It's relatively safe, okay? With any kind of procedure like that, there is some risk. There is a risk that you might get an infection in your bloodstream because they do poke holes in the prostate. But I don't know of any research that shows that a needle biopsy might spread the cancer to other parts of the body. You hear that very commonly out in kind of non-medical circles, but any doctor who's actually looked at this and studied this is like, first of all, that's not how it works. And secondly, we don't see any evidence of that because we monitor patients after a prostate biopsy and they don't have any higher rate of metastasis. And then, yes, I would do an MRI first because that's going to help guide the needle biopsy. And there is definitely a limit for PSA. A lot of doctors don't know this. So listen carefully. If you are someone or love someone who has prostate and they're over the age of 50, as you get older, a normal PSA reading, which is prostate specific antigen, changes. It goes up as you get older. So at 62, between this and this is normal. But if he were 72, he could have a higher PSA, and that's totally normal. If he was 82, it could be even higher, and it still would be normal and wouldn't mean prostate cancer. And so you keep praying and keep doing your research, and you keep loving on that man, and you guys are a team, and you're going to do this together, and everything's going to turn out okay.
Let's get Michelle Morgan, 7 weeks postpartum. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Will I get enough iron from eating one steak a day? Thoughts on Thorne brand prenatals. If you're going to take a supplement for iron, oh my gosh. Are we back?
Okay, yeah,
so these liver is high, and if you can eat liver, eat some liver too, even if it's just once a week, and a little chicken liver pate, anything like that is going to be really, really good. I don't know anything about Thorne brand prenatals.
Thorne is a pretty good quality nutraceutical company. They've got a strong reputation, and that's what you want in any kind of supplement you buy. You want them to have a reputation, so if they screw up, they lose the reputation.
Sure.
Yeah.
But definitely keep on with the steak. That's going to do you a world of good.
Absolutely.
Eat it medium rare or rare. Yep. Don't be scared of that.
If she eats an 8-ounce steak a day, she's going to be getting more iron than any other postpartum woman. I mean, most women don't eat a steak a day, so you're already winning.
Are not going back to because they're they're just not thinking about that. The fact that you're 7 weeks out and you're already trying to think about your nutrition, especially for breastfeeding. You didn't say if you were, but good for you. Way to go.
Yep. Okay. Here is Angie Marie. Hi, I've been keto since I started watching you. I have pneumonia and would like to know what can help me naturally to feel better. Time and patience. If it's a bacterial pneumonia, then you need to take your antibiotics until they're all gone. Pulmonary exercises where you blow and suck in on the machine. That's going to help strengthen the lungs and also open up the alveoli. You might need nebulizers to help open it up with albuterol or something like that. Follow your doctor's instructions, but then eating a proper human diet is going to give your lungs all of the building blocks they need to repair and rebuild. And so that's exactly what you need to be doing. Gary, I seem to have a lot of reflux on the carnivore diet. Why is this? I don't know, Gary. That's super uncommon. The vast majority of people, when they go carnivore, their reflux goes away. Also focusing on a biblical diet, plants would be included. And what would we have originally ate? So it depends on, so why are all plants bad? Well, I've never said all plants are bad. Have you ever said that?
I know.
No, we've never said that.
But it is a common theme among a lot of carnivore influencers.
I don't think all plants are bad. I think that eating raw plants can cause inflammation in a lot of people. And so I recommend if anybody's going to eat vegetables that they cook them, at least steam them thoroughly, if not cook them to death. If you're going to eat nuts and seeds, they need to be soaked or sprouted or roasted or some combination of those. Don't eat raw nuts and raw seeds. But I don't think that plants are bad. I think they just have chemicals in them to discourage you from eating too many of them and their village. They don't want you to eat them up because then they couldn't reproduce. As far as the biblical diet, it depends on when in the Bible you're talking about. If you're talking about in the very beginning in Genesis, then Adam and Eve ate only, we don't even know if they ate the leaves of the plants. It kind of implies that they ate the fruit only. And then after the flood, right, then it was kind of opened up and said, hey, you can eat all kinds of animals except for split hooves. And then I think Peter in the New Testament talks about that God said you can eat any animal you want to, including polecat and possum. So I don't think there's biblically any meats that are forbidden at this point, if you're a Christian. Now, if you're Jewish, that's different.
Real quick to the mama who's postpartum. This says, the Ancestor Supplement says take 6 capsules. You don't have to take 6.
Right.
Start with 1 a day, and if you feel good, take 2 a day. If you take 6 starting out, some people do get an upset stomach because that's a lot. And you don't have to take them all at one time either. Spread them out throughout the day. If you want to increase to 4, take it 4 times a day as opposed to 4 first thing in the morning before you eat anything. Just wanted to
keep that here. Okay.
Wait, there's one more.
Okay, get that one.
Erica says, Neisha, when you were pregnant, how many milligrams of Lugol's iodine did you take per day? It's so controversial. Some doctors say 12.5 milligrams a day is optimal, and others say less than 1 milligram. How much did I take?
You took 3 to 4 drops a day.
I don't know what that is in milligrams.
Which is about 5 to 7 milligrams. So it's not nearly as much as Dr. Bright or Dr. Brownstein would recommend, but it's 99% more than the average American mom gets.
Plus, I had been loading for years before I got pregnant with both of my babies. And when I got pregnant with Bonnie, I'd been on iodine for 4 years at that point, taking it every single day. So. Yep.
Now, before we go to the next question, I'm going to ask for a favor. I'm going to ask you to hit the thumbs up or the heart, and I'm going to ask you to click the share button and share this on your favorite social media. That's how you found it. Somebody shared a video, and you're like, oh, what's this? So please pay it forward by sharing this video so that we can help people who've never heard the good news of a proper human diet. Please do that.
Also, YouTube really hates us.
Yeah, right now. Well, YouTube hates me, but it doesn't really hate her. Okay, now next question. We're going to talk about this again. This is Mama Jack. Heavy meat-based, almost carnivore diet past year. Ferritin levels pretty low at 25. Will ancestral blood supplements help? Maybe, but I would still just get the beef liver. I'd get the beef liver because this is going to have plenty of iron in it, and it's going to have tons of other vitamins and minerals that you need to build blood.
Real quick, because we get asked all the time, because we talk about Ancestral on lives all the time, but then people see his face on ads, and there are some people using his face on ads that we do not work with, but we do actually. I use Ancestral. I use the liver. I use the Fem products. I've used them before, like when I was pregnant, when I was going through IVF. Like I've used them since they first came out forever ago. So it is legit.
Yep.
But we get emails in our support email all the time.
Now, I'm currently not promoting any prostate supplements or impotence supplements or Chinese remedies or Japanese remedies or Indian or any other remedies.
But we are affiliated with Ancestral Supplements.
That's right. And salty minerals.
The mineral
That's the two. So if you see a commercial for those, yes, we are promoting those because we believe in them and we take them ourselves. Tell us in the comments if you've seen my face and my voice on an ad for something. You're like, is that legit? Because I want to know. I want to know.
One that was running, and I mean, they were spending a lot on those ads because we got, I think, probably 100 emails 1 week just about that one.
Here's a very common myth. If I eat too much protein and fats, doesn't that convert into glucose? No, that is absolutely false. I've talked to Professor Ben Bickman multiple times about this. I've interviewed him on this YouTube channel about this. And he says that if you're eating a very low carbohydrate diet, you cannot eat enough protein to force your liver to make glucose. It just doesn't work that way. It's a demand system, not a force system. You can't force your liver to do anything. You're not the boss of your liver. Your liver's the boss of you. Hey, thank you very much.
Hey, real quick, while we're talking about liver, White Oak Pasture, who we love, they're out of Georgia, make a beef liver pate that you can buy on their website. You can buy a lot of different meats that are raised regeneratively and ethically, and all of their stuff is really good. But they sent us some beef liver pate, and he ate it all. I didn't get to try, but I assume it was really good.
Delish. It's the best beef liver pate I've ever had, ever.
I've never had beef liver pate.
Oh, it was so good. Had just a little bit of seasoning, some salt, and I don't even know if it had sugar or not, but it was
it didn't.
Divine.
I looked at the ingredients.
And I've got a White Oaks Pasture link with a discount down in the show notes if you wanna check it out.
And
try the beef liver
pate. If you're doing like any of the boxes, the meat boxes, a lot of those are not from America. Like Butcher Box is sourced a lot from Australia. White Oak Pasture is from Georgia. Our Georgia.
USA. Yeah. So if you want to support a local rancher and you don't know one in your county or state,
try to find one.
Support Will Harris in Georgia until you find a local rancher. 100%. Yes, I totally agree. Okay, now here's Intel is wild. Late 40s with hypothyroidism and high blood pressure. Would carnivore be good for me? Absolutely. Eating a carnivore diet is going to lower your insulin levels, which is going to allow you to diurese or pee away a lot of the unhealthy fluid you're holding. That's going to lower your blood pressure. It's going to also give you all of the support your thyroid needs, along with your doctor's help and a thyroid replacement hormone. Yes, absolutely. Okay.
Have we tried Broken Arrow Ranch?
I've heard of them. I don't think maybe. I don't remember it if we have.
I don't know. Just try to find someone local to you.
U.S. beef, because I don't know if you saw the news story recently, but the U.S. herd of cattle, like the entire herd in the United States, has dwindled dramatically over the past couple of decades because of all of the fear mongering about red meat causes red meat butt crack or whatever. It doesn't cause cancer. It doesn't cause heart disease. Okay, what it causes is for you to be healthier, more muscular, less fat, better blood markers. That's what beef causes. So the more beef you eat, the more the producers will start saying, hey, we need to get our beef herd back up to where it needs to be. Because in my opinion, that's a national security risk. If we don't have enough beef to feed our citizens, that's a problem. And so the more you buy beef, the more you're going to encourage a bigger beef herd.
Also, lamb, local lamb.
Yes.
If you eat goat, awesome. Goat.
Yes.
I can't.
Yep.
Local chickens. If you can find chickens locally,
100%.
There are more and more people raising chickens for broiler chickens with, where they're not for eggs, they're to eat the chicken. Get your eggs local if you can, or just get a few hens and put them in the backyard.
Okay, here's now for any of you guys who are over 45 or 50, pay careful attention. This is from Real Tony Solo. Started doing sprints immediately after watching your visceral fat video with Dr. Sean O'Mara.
Oh no.
I pushed it too hard and I strained my hamstring and my calf muscle like a dummy. And now I have foot drop too. And that's because the calf strain is swelling and pushing on the perineal nerve. Will PT clear up the foot drop? PT is going to help you to heal, and that's going to decrease the swelling and inflammation, and that's going to get off the perineal nerve, and then your foot drop will go away almost assuredly. But if you're 45 to 50, I want to motivate you. I want to get you fired up. But see this right here? See that? See this right here? This is gray hair. That means I'm supposed to have enough wisdom to go, I'm on fire. I'm about to go do 100% max on something I've never done before or haven't done 20 years. I'm sorry, Real Tony. I love you. I'm not laughing at you. I'm using you for an example.
It's
super common.
People because you want to go fast, Ricky Bobby. We got it. We get it.
I want to go fast.
But moving forward slowly is still moving forward.
100%.
You don't have to come out the gate like Secretariat. Okay? Yep. Like just get to moving and warm up those muscles who've been stagnant.
Yeah.
So I've done that too.
If right now the maximum exercise you do is to walk from the recliner to the bathroom to the kitchen, don't go out and try to sprint. Okay. Start out with some slow walking for a week or two, then fast walking for a week or two, and then maybe jog 20 steps in the middle of your fast walk and just see, okay, everything feels okay. Then maybe jog 20 more. And then before you know it, you'll be able to sprint. But don't start with a sprint if you're over 40. Now, if you're 20, get your ass up off this couch right now and go out and do a 100-yard sprint.
Well, we're proud of you for wanting to get up and do it.
Yes. And it'll heal and you'll be fine. And now you've paid stupid tax and now you know better. And so next time you're going to go at it slower, right, Tony? You know I love you. I'm just trying to give you some tough love. Hey, Keto Simple. That's a great YouTube channel. 1 week till PhD class begins. Who else is excited? So,
is it an inaugural?
It's inaugural. Yeah, it's the very first class.
Yeah. Of PhD certification coaches. We start on September 1st. So Keto, I know several of y'all are in there and y'all are getting excited. A lot of y'all are chomping at the bit. Calm down, because once we start, you're going to be like, whoa, Nelly. Yeah,
because we didn't make it easy. You're going to have to work for this.
It's doable. Don't get scared. But I'm just saying, like, relax.
Yeah. Do you already have a sign-up email list for the second class if people are interested?
You can send an email to, it's a long email. Go to drberry.com and submit a contact form on there, and we'll have your email in the system.
Yeah, because this is the inaugural class, but there's going to be a second and a third and a fourth and so on. And so if you're like, wait, I didn't even know they had a PhD coaching certification program. We do. So just do what Neisha said. You can go back and watch this again if you didn't catch it.
It's a live cohort, which means you don't just get on there and log on and do it
by yourself
at your own pace. We're in there with you. We're doing live Q&As. We're giving you guys assignments to get you up and going, business, coaching skills, blah, blah, blah. We're closed for now, but just so you know.
You can get on the waiting list for the future.
Yeah.
Okay, here's Jay Fine. I have an apple fritter sitting right beside me, and I don't even have a desire to steal it. Now, if any of you are just curious about keto carnivore and you're like, I would smash that apple fritter and nobody ever know, you should be asking yourself, how in the world is Jay Fine able to just sit there beside an apple fritter and go, how's that possible? It's because Jay Fine has broke the sugar addiction. Also, what's with registered dietitians so dogmatically pushing sugar? See, registered dietitians are trained by schools of nutrition that are funded by big food companies. Did you know that? Like Kellogg's they'll be like, here's $10 million, build a school of nutrition. Now, do you think they're ever going to say a single bad thing about Frosted Flakes or Fruit Loops or Special K? No, they're not ever. No. And that's why they wind up saying, like, eat all things in moderation. So you're supposed to eat Fruit Loops in moderation, according to the average registered dietitian, which is idiocy. Okay, that's like saying, well, just smoke a little crack, not too much, just in moderation, and then snort a couple of lines of cocaine, but not too much, and maybe just drink
I don't think we're allowed to say that word.
3 or 4 shots of whiskey. Don't drink the whole bottle, just in moderation. That's how dumb that is. Saying, oh, your 3-year-old child, let them eat Fruit Loops in moderation. No, don't do it. Break the sugar addiction. Do you have one?
I was gonna say, if you can't sit next to an apple fritter and you know that about yourself, that is also a win. Okay, not everybody will reach the point where that fritter can sit there and they can be like, I don't want it. Some people are truly like, listen, for me, if I cannot ever go eat at Chewy's ever again, or a Mexican restaurant, without like going headfirst into the chips and salsa.
Yep.
Okay, I just can't.
Yeah, and
but I can sit next to an apple fritter, no problem.
100%. But however, I would smash that apple fritter. That's why we don't have them in the house, because I know that.
It's not a fail. If you can't say no to it if it's sitting right there. That's just you acknowledging like this is a problem. This is a red 911 food for me. I cannot have it next to me. I cannot have it in the house. I cannot go to a restaurant where it's going to be put on the table. I know this about myself. You can know about yourself too.
You got to know yourself. I think a wise man once said that that's important.
Know thyself.
Yes. Tired looking for a name says, my wife has gallstones. She was low carb keto for about 5 years. No visible signs of inflammation on the ultrasound. What would be possible strategies to get rid of the gallstones? Not medical advice, of course. No, this is medical advice. So what I would recommend is she go back to either high-fat keto or high-fat carnivore. And that is going to actually help to shrink the gallstones, because she's going to not have time to concentrate the bile to the point where it makes the gallstones bigger. So the gallstones are going to actually shrink. That's what I would recommend. Easy peasy keto, 71-year-old Ketovore for 4 years. Doctor suggested reclassed or Prolia. No alcohol, don't smoke, no soda, no antacids. T is 3.1. I don't know what. Testosterone? Maybe. That's awfully low if it is. Vitamin D is 74. That's great. Calcium is 8.8. No, protein 6.6, glucose 93. Only RX is levothyroxine 25. Yeah, you probably don't need either one of those. It depends on your labs. Let's talk about it at Low Carb for Better Health in Dixon, Tennessee. And there's a link, guys, in the show notes if you want to go to Low Carb for Better Health. Will you type that into the comments, LC, for
Alyssa's got it.
Oh, Alyssa, will you type that in again just so people see it go by in case anybody wants to go?
CB Carmack says, I can't go to Texas Roadhouse because I know I will enter only intending to eat steak, but leave eating 6 yeast rolls. See, and that's okay. You know that. And they're so adamant to just come and plop them down. You can say, don't bring the rolls. And then you smell them and you're like,
yep. And then they come over and say, now, are you sure you don't want no rolls? They're free. And we got this honey butter, which means sugary butter. Mm-hmm. And you're like, well, I'll just eat one. And then she brings and you eat the whole basket, including the basket, because it's got some of the honey butter on it.
Oh.
Know yourself.
Wait, that email is very important. If you don't already know, if you're new and you see these blue names in the comments and they're talking to you and answering questions, these are our PhD coaches and mentors. They are approved to do that. So if you have a question and they answer you, take that for Dr. Berry helping you out, because these are his people.
I trained them. Yes. Okay, Sevenyo said, I'm no longer pre-diabetic, but my cholesterol is 320. So if I tell you a fact, it's going to ease your mind. Are you ready? Being type 2 diabetic is 15 times more dangerous than having high cholesterol. Being pre-diabetic is 10 times more dangerous than having high cholesterol. Okay. So you have basically taken the shotgun out of the equation that was pointed at your heart, and now you might have a BB gun pointed at your shoulder. I would take that any day with regards to the relative risk as I would being pre-diabetic. I used to be pre-diabetic, and the diet that fixed my pre-diabetes also caused my total cholesterol to go up. I could care less. I don't care about that. Okay. I don't care if my LDL is high. I don't care if my total cholesterol is high. I care that my hemoglobin A1C, my blood sugar, and my fasting insulin are normal. That's how you remove the risk of a heart attack. Good question. Marnie Marnie's random stuff says, I hate sardines, but I eat them. I hate taking medications more, so I suck it up and eat the sardines.
Be like Marnie. I'm going to try to be like Marnie.
Be like Marnie. That's exactly right.
Sorry if I
Thank you very
keep cracking
much.
my neck. We were at a hotel this weekend and I slept on a horrible pillow. And
Thomas, yeah. I took my pillow with me this time. I remembered. Thomas says, can keto or carnivore help insomnia? We've hundreds and hundreds of people say yes, who have tried this that are in our private community, our group. And so I would say give it a 90-day shot. And then you report back, Thomas, and tell us what your results were. I think you'll be very pleased. What did you find?
Serena said, why is everyone using caps? Alyssa said, right, please stop yelling at me. I think some people don't realize they have caps on as they're typing.
Maybe they can read them better if they're caps. Maybe. Okay, here is, did you do Michelle? Is that the one? Okay, we got Michelle. That's good. Let's see. Here's not perfect. Should you take iodine when you have had thyroidectomy? Excellent question. Also, would the increase in my cholesterol have an effect on my thyroid numbers? No, vice versa. Your thyroid numbers can affect your cholesterol numbers, but typically not the other way. So here, listen to this. A lot of people don't know this. There's even doctors that don't know what I'm about to say, but it's proven fact. Every cell in your body needs iodine. Every single one. Your skin cells, okay, your mammary gland cells, your salivary cells, everything needs iodine, not just your thyroid. Now that you know that, it doesn't matter if you have a thyroid or not, you still need a daily source of iodine. Now, I have a YouTube video called the 7 iodine-rich foods. If you'd rather get it from food, I'd prefer you do that. But if you don't like those or you can't eat them often enough, then you can do what we do and use J. Crow's Lugol's 2%. We don't have any affiliation with them. We don't get a penny for that. But we've been recommending them for almost 10 years now. I guess we should have tried to make some money off that, but we didn't.
Yeah, a lot of money left on the table.
Holly Kreisel. You got one?
I lost it. Oh, how much seafood / sardines should we be eating a week?
As much as you want. And if how much you want is 0, then no, honey, stop trying to game the system.
Listen,
you're never going to overeat it. It's my point.
Yeah, but if you can't do it now and you're just doing beef and eggs and bacon, like fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's fine. 100%.
Don't be like, well, I can't eat sardines, so screw it. I'll just go back to macaroni.
My life is over.
Yeah. It's okay.
Sherry Wood, 52-year-old female, no meds except Graves, status post RAI, also mild TED, on Synthroid 75 and labs within normal limits, low carb keto. Thoughts on selenium and iodine supplements? Are these needed on a proper human diet? So I have a YouTube video about iodine-rich foods and a YouTube video about selenium-rich foods. If you want to get it from food, watch those 2 videos and you can get all the selenium and iodine you need from foods, but you got to eat them routinely. If you're not going to eat them routinely, then I would recommend definitely an iodine supplement. Most people get enough selenium because many different cuts of meat and eggs have selenium in them. You probably don't need to supplement selenium.
I would say if you haven't been eating a nutrient-dense diet for a while and you're just starting out, it won't hurt.
Maybe one bottle.
Like 3 months, 1 to 3 months taking selenium to get you back up, because you're probably depleted. You probably are selenium deficient right now. But once you get back into it, you're eating the fish and the eggs and all that good stuff, then you probably can back off of a selenium one. But I've read and asked a lot of people that are in the know with the thyroid, and they think selenium for at least 1 to 3 months if you've ate trash. If you've ate like a trash panda for the past 10 years.
And you know who you are.
Take some selenium, probably.
Yeah. Okay. David says, I know that supplementing calcium like Citracal, Caltrate is not good. And I quit that long ago. I'm carnivore with very limited dairy. My recent concern is I found out the Relight electrolyte powders I take has calcium in it. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. It's a very small amount. It's not going to harm you in any way. Gary, is low carb the goal, or will a whole foods diet that includes fruit help me achieve a healthier being? So I think it's fine to include fruit as long as you keep your total daily carbohydrate intake under what your body needs it to be. Now, some people, that's under 100 total grams of carbs. They're perfect. Some people need to cut it down to 50 carbs a day. Some people need to go to 20, some to 10. And if you fatten really easily like I do, you've got to keep it at 0 grams of carbs a day. That's what a carnivore diet is. Carnivore is basically just keto with all the veg and plants taken out. That's what carnivore is. Carnivore is keto. It's just lower carb keto than even keto is.
I agree with him mostly, but I think there's something that you tend to leave out
Oh,
because
yeah,
you
add it.
assume people know this part.
Okay,
We cannot
okay.
assume things.
No, I agree.
So yes to keeping it low carb, but I think we also need to add in there and that you're getting adequate protein, that your nutrition is coming from your protein. And so your plate is like mostly meat, and then maybe you have some fruit. But you're getting the steak and the eggs and the beef and all the things, and the fruit is like an accessory.
Yes.
But if you flip that upside down and you're like eating tons of fruit, but you're having 2 cheeseburger patties with no bun, and that's not adequate protein. Always strive to get adequate protein, and then you got to figure out the rest for yourself, honestly.
That's a great point. There are many plant-based dietitians who will say, oh, fruits got plenty of protein, vegetables got plenty of protein. That is bunk.
There are people saying that.
100% yes. They're like, oh, jackfruit is a high protein fruit. It's like, moron. Compare it to 2 ounces of ground beef and shut your from meat. I don't know what's going on.
You got your phone turned off?
Yeah, I turned off both of them.
You did?
Yeah,
Then
I turned them both
what
off.
is happening with our Wi-Fi?
I don't know. Are we breaking up on your end? Tell us in the comments.
Yes. What in the world?
What's
in the can? This is LaCroix Pure, which means it's just sparkling water.
Yeah, just sparkling water.
It's my favorite.
It's my pleasure. It's Neisha's pleasure, D-Lee. We love helping people to get healthy.
Also, this we think goes without saying, but when we say adequate protein, we mean actual protein, not shakes.
Right.
Ice cream.
Stop the protein powders.
Protein that is camouflaged in some sort of product. You get your protein from where the good Lord.
Protein powders are ultra processed food. Okay, it's junk food, just like Fruit Loops. Maybe it doesn't have added sugar, but that's the only difference. Okay, they grind up the oats or whatever to make Fruit Loops, then they add sugar. They're grinding up the protein to make protein powder. That could probably raise your insulin level to an unhealthy level. Get your protein from meat and eggs and fish. Okay, and if you're going to eat fish, you're not going to bread it and you're not going to fry it in a vegetable.
You know what's coming? I think you remember when gluten-free became a thing, and there was a whole section that was gluten-free.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like we're going to have a new label for protein. It's going to be like protein packed, and that'll be a section.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like
high protein
Pop-Tarts and protein cereal and protein chips. And it's protein.
Yep. Do that again. Show your guns off again. I know what you're doing. There you go. Look at these guns. They should have been going to the gym. You need to check out her Instagram.
55 days in, okay? So don't give me any crap like, oh, that's barely there. Yeah, well, you should have seen it 55 days ago, okay?
I love it. Okay, let's see here. Oh, gosh. Okay, here is Ken Wayne. Hi there. Love the content. I started Carnivore a week ago, and it's going great so far. I do have hemochromatosis. Is there anything I should avoid or be concerned about? No, just make sure you're going twice or thrice a year to your doctor and getting your hemoglobin hematocrit checked and a ferritin level. And if they get too high, you're going to just go and start donating blood. You can give blood 2 or 3 or 4 times a year, and that's going to fix it. You don't have to worry about anything, but it's just good that you know this up front. For all the rest of you guys, hemochromatosis is a super rare genetic condition that you don't have, so stop worrying.
Okay, apparently this is already a thing. There's already a section for the protein.
Yeah.
Protein propaganda.
So
okay,
let me tell you the true protein section in the supermarket.
Crap.
The meat and the eggs. Meat and eggs. That's protein.
Oh, I just can't. We could do an entire live stream about why the word protein now makes me want to punch a wall. The stuff I see on Instagram, if I see one more reel about cottage cheese.
Oh, no.
I don't think cottage cheese is bad.
Yeah, it's full fat. Get full fat.
But like, it's the cottage cheese on top of everything. Hannah saw you, gave you kisses, said she misses you,
Aw.
but misses Beckett the most.
Hey,
Aw.
Hannah. Hey, Hannah.
You little sweet girl.
Yes.
Beckett misses you too. We're going to come to San Antonio soon.
Yes. Vizarn says girlfriend was diagnosed with exocrine pancreatic insufficiency about 1.5 years ago. Takes enzymes with food, but worried about the high-fat diet like a proper human diet. Is there any way she could get to PhD without an RX for life? If her pancreas is not producing the exocrine hormones that help break down protein and fat, then she's going to need those. And this is what she's taking is hormone replacement, enzyme replacement. She's not taking a pharmaceutical. So don't think of it as an RX. Her pancreas is not making this. She needs that, okay? She needs that to eat a proper human diet. To make her body function properly, she needs these enzymes. And so if she's if she's now currently eating a low fat, low protein diet, and she starts to eat a proper human diet, she needs to go back to her doctor because they can give you different strengths of the enzymes. Okay. A lot of doctors don't know that. So you might want to look up the strengths before you go and find out what you're currently taking and say, hey, doc, I need you to increase me to this.
Cindy has a really good question. Why does Maria Emmerich put protein powder in so many recipes then? Because that's her job.
Yeah.
She is a recipe maker. She uses protein powder to make things that people can use as tools. So like protein ice cream and protein bread and all that stuff that she does, those are for people to use as tools. But if you ask Maria
what Maria eats on a daily basis,
thinks the best source of protein is, she's also going to say meat. But
100%.
yeah, protein powder is a tool that you can use to push through those moments when you'd rather go to Ben & Jerry's and grab a pint, but you can make protein ice cream at home. That is a tool, not a crutch.
Yeah, and it's a tool. It's not, that shouldn't be your normal everyday life.
What's that?
Yeah, 100%.
That's not for you to have in the refrigerator all the time or the freezer for every single night. We don't want you doing that either.
No,
but
nor does Maria.
Is between going to the McDonald's to be disappointed because the ice cream machine is broken. So then you go to Walmart and buy a pint of Ben & Jerry's. Or you have some protein ice cream in the freezer for those times when you're like, I just really am going to go off the deep end. Then yeah, protein ice cream, go for it. But make it in your Ninja Cream, like make a Maria's, because that's also a better alternative than the crap that's in the freezer all that's protein ice cream.
100%. Speaking of McDonald's ice cream machine, have you guys seen the videos about the conspiracy about how the McDonald's ice cream machine's always broken? There's a huge conspiracy that's pretty well documented.
It's so funny.
It's
go down that
crazy.
Somebody said, look at Dr. Barry's guy.
Yeah, look at these guns, baby.
You can't see your good stuff.
That's my right on the
Flex, be for real.
That's not what I'm here for.
They're big. I can tell you. I'm very much enjoying his biceps, but I'm trying not to compare myself. You know?
Oh, wait, I had it pulled up already. Christopher says fasting will change your life. I went on a 3-day fast and my ghrelin was reset. It is the most effective way to stop hunger and it's so flipping good for you to pause eating. Just do it. And I recommend either a daily intermittent fast of 18 hours, 20 hours, or do a 24-hour once a week, or do a 36-hour every other week. I think this is great for you to know what real hunger feels like, because so often we eat because we're bored, tired, upset, irritated. Like when I'm touching Neisha too much and she don't want to be touched on one of those days, I'm going to increase her odds of going to the kitchen and getting a snack. But when you fasted for 24 hours or longer, then you're like, I'm not really hungry. I'm just aggravated at my damn husband.
Well, that can go either way. Here's what happens when I fast. Then everything tastes amazing. So
that's true.
My plan for when I try the sardines is to push my fast a little further than I normally do. So I'm so hungry that the sardines are more likely to taste good. The best seasoning for anything is hunger.
True hunger.
If you are truly hungry, a plain beef patty
yeah, or a patty, either one, yeah,
tastes amazing. And so that's my plan to make the sardines more palatable. It's just be so hungry that they taste good.
If you're hungry enough, just a plain boiled egg will taste like manna from heaven if you're hungry enough. And so a lot of times that early on when I was doing early keto and carnivore, that was a trick I would use. I would have boiled eggs or bacon or hamburger patties in the fridge, and I'd be in the kitchen cabinets looking around for some little treat. And I started asking myself, are you hungry for a boiled egg? that's full of nutrition. And I'd be like, I don't want that. Are you hungry for a beef patty? I don't really want that. Are you hungry for bacon for the love of everything that's good and holy? No, I don't really want that. Then I'm not truly hungry. And then I would leave the kitchen, and that worked very well for me. So some of you guys might want to try that.
But the thing with fasting is you can't have temptation within arm's reach.
You got to clean the house.
You
out
got to
first.
have it out of the house, because the odds of you falling for temptation, if you are fasting and you're new to fasting, like if you're a seasoned pro, then whatever.
Right.
But if you're new to fasting and there's a ding dong in the cabinet,
or a honey bun,
either cook up a burger patty or reach for that ding dong, odds are not in your favor.
100%, correct.
Just know that going in.
Protected lady, 54-year-old female, 4 years carnivore, can't lose any more weight to save my life, not gaining, but no loss. So first of all, let's stop right here. Protected lady has not gained any weight in 4 years. Now, how many women out there right now are going, how'd she do that? But she has gotten so used to not gaining weight because she's eating carnivore that now that feels almost like a fail. Like, I hadn't lost any weight. I mean, I haven't gained any, but I also haven't lost any. So first of all, let's applaud Protected Lady for not gaining any weight as a 50-something-year-old woman.
And not giving up.
4 years, and she didn't give up. So huzzah. Now let's talk about why you're not losing weight.
But first, have you taken your measurements? Because I would be very surprised if your jean size has not went down, even if you weigh the same on the scale. Like, have you lost dress sizes or jean sizes? Just out of curiosity. Yes,
exactly. Great point. Now, then also, I have a YouTube video called The 13 Reasons Why Your Weight Loss Stalled. And if you're on keto and your weight loss is stalled, Ketovore or carnivore and your weight loss is stalled, go watch that video. Just search for Dr. Berry, 13 Reasons Why Weight Loss, and you'll find it. Watch that and then investigate all 13 of those reasons. It could be you have an undiagnosed thyroid condition. It could be an undiagnosed adrenal gland condition, an undiagnosed sex hormone deficiency. It could be any number. You may be taking a prescription medication that stops your ability to lose fat. You may be taking an over-the-counter medication. You may have had carbohydrates creep back in. They're very sneaky. They can sneak in ninja style in a sauce or a rub or a condiment.
Measurements are the same. You already did the hormones.
Yeah. It's time to go get all your labs checked. And if you don't know which labs to ask for, you're going to get this book, Common Sense Labs. It's now available for delivery on Amazon and every other bookstore on planet Earth if it's a good bookstore. If they don't have this, I wouldn't go back. They can order it if they don't have it in stock. Common Sense Labs is going to tell you which labs to ask for.
He wrote this with Kim Howerton. Give her so much credit, because
Absolutely.
Without her, this would just be still sitting, just cooking. She helped us get it completed. So thank you, Kim
Absolutely.
Howerton.
Absolutely.
There's one page in here that would be worth, even if you just use this one page, it would be worth it. And it's the annual labs page. You're going to use the rest of it too. But is that the very first thing?
I can't remember what.
Everything's set up a little different, so I forget where everything is. Anyway, this is a really good book.
Hans Cake Steeler says, do you agree with Dr. William Davis's opinion on the dangers of staying in ketosis for a long period of time? No. And I agree with a great many things Dr. William Davis says. I have a lot of respect for him, but in this regard, I don't think this is a danger you should worry about. Because even in people eating high-fat keto or high-fat carnivore, you're not going to stay in deep ketosis every minute of every day. That's not how the human body works. There's a natural cycle to this based on when you eat, when you don't eat, when you're asleep, when you're awake. You're not going to be in deep ketosis all the time. And even if you were, I don't think it's dangerous at all. I agree with him on many things, but just not this.
All right, one more question. We got K1F1L. I recently had hysteroscopy. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I recently had a hysteroscopy done. They discovered bad stage 4 endometriosis. I'm in recovery and it's going well. Please advise me on what I should do for a diet plan to live endo-free for as long as possible. Either real whole food, one ingredient, ketogenic diet. I've got hundreds of videos on my YouTube channel about that. And I always have to say real whole food, because otherwise people will be eating keto bread and keto cakes. That's not keto, okay? Or Ketovore or carnivore. It can be either adequate fat, adequate protein, or it can be higher fat, still adequate protein. In your case, I would say let's try for higher fat, adequate protein, Ketovore or Carnivore is what I'd recommend for you. That's going to help balance the hormones, which is what causes the endometriosis. Okay, it's not caused by some cells escaping and going somewhere else. Your hormones made them do that.
Does Dr. Bright talk about that in her book?
About endometriosis?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
She talks a lot about women's health.
Yes, maybe.
And hormones and stuff like so. Dr. Elizabeth Bright, she's here on YouTube. She's been interviewed by Dr. Berry.
Yeah, BRIGHT.
Yeah, and she has a lot of information specifically based women during postmenopause, hormonal endometriosis, all that kind of stuff. So look into her. That's a wrap. Our babies are fixing to be here, and I got to put the chickens to bed.
Yep. So it's not too late to click the share button right now, because you know we covered a lot of stuff that would help a lot of people. And if you share it on your favorite social media, they'll have a chance to watch it after they went down the conspiracy rabbit hole about the McDonald's ice cream machine. Also, if you want more of this, if you like, I didn't get my question answered, join our private community, because I'll be live in there tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central doing the same exact thing, except instead of 3,922 people asking questions, there will be 150 people. So I'll have time to get to all the questions and answer them more thoroughly.
You get access to a community of people, too. It's not just the Dr. Berry Show. You can find other people going through the same things you're going through at the same time. You can talk to people. There's a 24/7 chat, and if you join the Pro group, you get access to the Dr. Berry Chat AI engine, which you can ask questions 24/7 in his program to answer like Dr. Berry by Dr. Berry's content only. And we have spent a lot of time making it good, and we make it better every single day. So if you're interested, cool. If not, we'll see you right back here on YouTube.